quote, right? So I would use the word I would carefully use the word clueless
Mm.
as something that I was for the most part of my childhood growing up in school, because I wasn't interested in a lot of things like, academic wise, you
Mm.
know. Um, I wasn't even interested in art, to be honest. Like, you know how I don't remember exactly what it was called, but in school we had this one period where we picked some extracurricular thing, like, you know, we did something else, right? There was arts and crafts, and there was band. I remember we had band and stuff like that. So even then, yeah, I remember me and my classmates were trying to um, figure out what class to take, and then these guys are picking arts and crafts, and I was like, no, I want to pick the coolest thing. That was the band, and I walk into, I don't remember again the professor's name, but we walk in and there's people and all these, they all have instruments and they were just making this march band music, and that was incredibly cool to me. So I did that for the rest of my time,
Wow.
and plus cricket, like, you know, I used to play sports,
Yeah.
so cricket was something I was super into,
Mm.
and you know, and I would religiously play every weekends, and it was absurd timings. You know, I would play from 5 a.m. to like 7 p.m., and you know, in burning, scorching heat, you know. So I academically or even artistically, right? I wasn't inclined or any in any way, but
Mm.
I guess looking back, I was attracted by creativity in a way, because
Mm.
you know, like drawing was something I did, like, you know, as I said, doodles on my textbooks, which I got into trouble for, and a lot of times got into trouble for, and you know, I think we all did that at one point, where we used to get these blue registers, and we used to
Mm.
use them for our books. So I would like draw on the cover, and you know, you would make some sort of, you'd write your name in a really cool way, you know. I mean, you know, now as an artist, if I look back, it's really bad, like the way it
Yeah.
looked. I'm just like, but back then I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess looking back, right? I mean, even drawing classes used to be a vacation thing. When we had a vacation, my mom would put me on a drawing class or like a watercoloring class or something,
Mm.
just to keep me busy, I guess. You know, you're like, don't be idle, just go and draw something. And I didn't know that those things were something that I would want to do for the rest of my life back then. You know, I was inclined to do things that were, you know, that were seen as a correct thing by the society, right?
Mm.
Engineering or one of those things, right? Somewhere in commerce, because my mom was in banking. When she was in banking, my dad was in marketing.
Okay.
So the career path was that, you know, you would do either one of these things. You know, animation was, I didn't even know you could take up a career in that back
Mm.
then. So I led my entire time of schooling absolutely just aloof, I would say. You know, I just went with the flow. I wasn't pressured to get high grades or anything like that. So
Mm.
my parents never really, you know, stressed on how it's so important to get really high grades and stuff like that. You know, they were just like, man, you know, figure it out. You'll figure it out. You know, like, you
Which
know,
is,
you yeah. It was extremely, I'm extremely lucky to say that, right? You know, especially coming from the community that we come from,
yeah.
right? To have parents where they don't really give a crap about your grades, and they're just like, you know, did you graduate to the next grade? Great.
Mm.